Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Can We Talk? I got the usual suspects in the building. I got Kenya. Hey Kenya. Hey Shayna.
Hey.
We got the return of Nicole, the
Hey
legend, the myth. We got Eric calling in. How was everybody's weekend?
Cool. Yeah, I need water.
You need water.
I need water. I'm drinking water all weekend.
Nicole, what's happening? What's been happening with you?
Nothing.
See, if Eric was here, there'll be a bit more enthusiasm. But when I ask the question, it's just like,
We
nothing
went to
happened.
see Pac.
Yeah, we went to see Anderson .Paak. Anderson .Paak was in Detroit at the Fillmore this Friday. It was.
Yeah.
It was pretty great, man. I say it was greater than his last one. When he was
think
at the
so?
St. Andrews.
I wasn't as drunk, but I did enjoy it. He did spend a little bit more time on the drum. Well, he had a lot more material this time.
Yeah, I loved it when he got on the drums. He's very good at that. He had a great show.
I love the Mac Miller tribute.
Mac Miller tribute was great. The confetti at the end was great.
Yeah, I got some on my carpet.
There was an opening act by the name of Taylor Parks. I don't think you were there for that.
I
but
missed probably the first 15 minutes of Pac's set. I was late. Shout out to Nicole. I love you. We was late.
yeah, Taylor Parks. She's featured on the song "Tense." She sings like the end part.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great opening act. She had a song that was pretty good called "Mama Didn't Raise No Bitch,"
Mm-hmm.
and the song is funny. It's talking about like a boyfriend that did her wrong. But I loved it. I loved Anderson .Paak on the drums. I feel like he should do the drums more to his shows because he has a knack for it and he's good at it. And the man just has a hand in everything he does musically. That concert made me appreciate Six Summers more.
Yes. I love the version that he did live more than the one on the album. I do.
So, I'm getting to some current events until Eric calls in. Jussie Smollett.
We don't know. Like, we still don't know. Like, I still don't know. Like, that's why I don't want to, like...
There's a lot of different accusations going around, and it's been, like, so back and forth in the last, like, 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, so, I don't want to, like, say anything about it.
Right.
I'm not one of those people, because there are people from the beginning, they're like, well, it's holes in the story, and he lying, and stuff like that. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, me too. And I just saw an article on Deadline Hollywood that stated Chicago police is also investigating the possibility that it could have been staged.
But it's also the Chicago PD that's like saying this.
Right.
It's crazy that we living in a time where people stage stuff like that. Like, we really can't believe anything that we hear anymore. It's always like fact check. Like, this wouldn't have been a fact check years ago.
It's the Chicago PD though. Like, come on, like they have a long history of corruption and lying, and
All police do.
but you're absolutely right. But like Chicago, like we don't have a Guantanamo Bay here in Detroit. They have one in Chicago.
Or is the Chicago... I can't talk again. Is the Chicago PD, are they the ones investigating the whole R. Kelly situation right now, too?
Because they said there was
I
a
don't
new
know.
tape that came out.
Yeah,
but I'm
and it
not
got
sure if
sent
was
to
Chicago.
them,
It
I
might have
believe.
been. It might have been Georgia. I don't know, but they did say it was a new tape that has come out.
So they got a lot going on in Chicago.
They do. I don't know who's investigating it. I'll be honest with you. I'll get back to you on that. So we got that. We got 21 Savage just got released, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did an interview with ABC News, I believe, or Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to catch that?
I didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. That's why I was going to ask y'all if y'all watched it.
No, I didn't watch it. Yeah. Ain't that like Good Morning America? That's like the go-to when you want to like clean up your image a little bit.
I thought that was Diane Sawyer.
Isn't that the
Yeah, I
same-
think Diane Sawyer is the ultimate one where you want to go clean up your image because
Right.
she'll make you cry and look like the innocent
Isn't that
person.
the same one that interviewed the teenager from the little spat that happened with the Native American guy? Wasn't that on Good Morning America as well?
I don't remember, but I do know she did interview the woman that was Elliot Spicer's escort and tried to make her seem like the girl that was on the wayward path to professional prostitution. I don't know. Diane Sawyer is the ultimate woman to go to when you want to clean up your image.
Oh, that's your Whitney Houston.
I agree.
Rest in peace.
Because she interviewed like Charlie Sheen when he was going through whatever meltdown that was.
Yeah, Matt Lauer interviewed him too a little afterwards when he really looked clean.
Yeah.
When it wasn't just for show. But yeah, there's that. All right, what else we got on the platter here?
Isn't it a state of emergency?
There's a state of emergency. There's a state of emergency for the wall, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that?
These
Okay, so-
billions of dollars that we about to get.
So I'm a little confused. So I'm not that educated on this. So when there's a state of emergency, does that mean the government shut down again?
No.
the
No,
emergency's over?
No.
it doesn't look like the government is going to shut down again.
Trump is basically creating like a reason to gain more money, and I think he's directly aiming towards the military funding now to build this wall. So he's calling a state of emergency, saying this wall needs to be built now. We need to take money from there, here, now. But he's out golfing right now, so.
Sound like an emergency manager kind of move.
Yeah.
Does this need to be built?
Like,
Does this really need to be built?
You can ask so many different people, and some people will tell you yes. I would
think there
personally
just
tell you
needs
no.
to be a policy in place. There's Eric.
Let's call up Eric. Hey, Eric, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
You called at the right time, man. We were talking about the national emergency and the coals here.
Perfect. Oh yeah, so Trump declared national emergency for no reason. I guess it's not really an emergency, but it technically is. I don't know. I'm just confused with the whole thing.
so I'm on the same page.
Yeah, we
With
basically.
that,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I know Shayna was just talking about. I asked the table like, was the wall necessary?
No, there's
No.
people in Flint who don't have clean water.
That's a
People in
national.
Detroit.
That is a
emergency.
national
Yeah.
emergency.
Absolutely
Like,
right.
you're killing off like a part of our population because you don't want to supply them with clean water. Like, my big concern is
Right.
why are you worried about the people on the outside when you should be taking care of the people on the inside first?
Mm-hmm.
Another national emergency should be this gun issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it
the
was
one
another
guy in
mass shooting.
Illinois who shot up his the plant because he got fired. First off, he shouldn't even had a gun. I think he had like some charges back in 2014 where they say he couldn't even legally carry a gun after that. But now he has, for some reason, he was able to get a gun and he shot up and killed 5 people, 5 of his coworkers. And so those are national emergencies. That's stuff we need to be up in arms about. And not no border wall is not going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't think the border wall is going to do anything. We are the only first world country with birthright citizenship. So I think like there probably should kind of be like some type of policy about that, especially when there's not an even exchange, because a lot of these countries, they're third world countries, but I can't go over there, have a baby, and then my baby be a citizen. Or I can't go over there and start a business because there are certain rights that are allotted to citizens in certain countries that aren't allotted to people who just come over. But the wall is not going to do anything because, you know, like it's been previously stated, it's most of the people that are here illegally are people that have overstayed their visas, that came in legally but have overstayed.
So what would you do, Shayna, if you were president right now?
It's a dangerous question.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous question.
Because you said, because I agree 100% that I do think that there should be immigration policies that should be looked at, and we need to understand what that means. But what is the alternative then?
I think the immigration issue, it starts, go back to Keith, it starts in the home. It starts back into these countries, and a lot of countries, we have created turmoil over there. And then they come over here and it's like, oh, well, we don't want you here. Like the whole thing with Guatemala, we created, you know, the turmoil over there where these people can't live their lives. And then they try to come over here and it's like, well, you can't come here. I think our foreign policy should go more towards not creating turmoil in these countries and assisting these countries. I don't know, because we kind of act like, you know, what was that one movie like where we're the world police with the puppets?
Team America,
Yes,
World Police.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I watch that every 4th of July. I'm not going to lie.
I really think that we should get out of the business of being the world police.
Mm.
Great points.
Yeah, but for me, I personally just think that the wall is symbolic. It was a symbol that Trump wants to concoct to show that he made progress and to sort of appeal to his base. At the end of the day, everything, all these stories about, all this, we have an influx of immigrants. A lot of that is sort of hyperbolic. Like, yes, there are issues, but they're being over exaggerated for the most part. I could say our borders probably aren't as porous as places like in Europe, countries in Europe where, people are migrating, tens of thousands of people are truly coming in, illegally and staying there. But I think it's just something that the base can get around, and sort of use as their rallying cry, just to sort of create this tension and division, between the right and the left politically. So at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to really. He'll get his border wall. I'm sure he's going to build his little steel slats. But is it really going to benefit the country? I doubt it.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Okay.
It is.
So, Eric,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
something. What's your opinion on the whole Jussie Smollett affair?
Oh man, you know what? I'm disappointed. I feel like people jumped on it too fast without truly like listening or hearing out the details. And we just have to be careful as society. I think we just sort of get up in arms a little too quickly, and it's unfortunate because issues of real violence, racial violence, people are always going to question it, even if it's true. People are going to now question it because of stuff like this and hearing a celebrity who, faked this whole plot. And it's real. It's unfortunate, and I don't know why he did it. He made it like a publicity thing, but it's so problematic in terms of future attacks that may occur that are real.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sound like fucked up, but I really did. Like, I hope he did get his ass beat. Like, like why would you lie? Like, I don't want it to be a lie because, like you were saying, Eric, it discounts all of the real victims who are victims of those type of hate crimes.
But did y'all see the two guys who allegedly beat him up? Like, these guys are huge. They're like these two big Nigerian guys. I'm like, if they would have beat him up, it would have been worse than a little scratch. If they did it for real.
But it was this one article, it just made me laugh. It's like, we raided the home and we found bleach. I'm like, you gonna find bleach if you raid my house?
In what context? Like, they just said they just found
They
bleach?
was like, they raided their, like, one of the alleged people that they say assaulted Mr. Smollett. They say they raided his house and they found bleach. It was just a headline. I said, I'm not even gonna click this article.
Right, who doesn't have bleach though? That's the thing. Like,
Hey,
seriously. So,
Eric, I think I covered it. Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I think I covered everything as far as current events. We talked about 21 Savage, Jussie, national emergency. You got anything else?
And that's it. That was pretty much what I was going to talk about.
Okay. Any new hip hop, Shayna?
I listened to Cardi B and Bruno Mars new song.
Is it good?
It is good, but it sounds like Clarence R. Kelly. Like, it sounds like an old, like, 90s song. But I think that's like Bruno's niche right now.
Is it R&B then? Like,
it's
more R&B?
It's more of an R&B. It's mostly Cardi B on the verses, and then it's Bruno Mars and
just singing the chorus.
Just singing the chorus and the bridge.
Okay.
But Bruno's singing his ass off. Like, he trying to get a record deal.
I heard that
He's singing his ass off on this song. Yeah. Yeah, so it is a good song. It's a great song.
I feel like
What did y'all think of the Grammy?
I didn't watch.
I did not watch either.
I
looked
right
at the
on Cardi B
fashion.
part.
I'm not mad at the award winners though. I feel like it was pretty solid. This is America got record of the year.
It's not a good
And he got song
though.
of the year too, I think, or something like that.
He got
like
music
two
video
the
of the year. So
Or maybe that
Now
was
that was
audio
a good
visual.
but for me, for This Is America, without the video, it's not a good song.
I disagree, but
I
I'm
don't think
also
it's a good song without the
100%
video.
in
But
love
the
with
visual is
him.
what makes it like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as far as
It's a
being
statement.
awarded for the visual of it, oh, absolutely. But, like, this is the first rap song to win like
Both
record of
though,
the year.
to win both of those at the same time.
To win record of the year.
It ain't really just a rap song though.
I really like watching him dance.
God's Plan got best rap song of the year. I forgot what Cardi B got best rap album. I'm pretty proud of her.
Yeah.
You know, I don't listen to her, but I'm glad
There
she
was
got
a
that
lot
award.
of drama around that one
Because
too.
that wasn't the best album nominated. But Cardi B is popular.
Mac Miller should have won, but I'm indifferent.
Mac Miller.
Like I wanted Mac Miller. Yeah, I wanted Mac Miller to win because he did pass away and the album was bomb. Like, it was a good album.
That'd be a
I
trip if
was-
I
Daytona
can't hate on
won.
Cardi though.
It was a good album, but Nipsey Hussle, that was the best album nominated
Nipsey did
in
have
that
a great
category.
album. But Nipsey.
I don't know if I'd put that
isn't
over
for that
Daytona
audience.
though. I don't know. I mean, Daytona is an EP to me. Most people call it an album, but I don't know if I put in that category what they had. I don't know if I put Victory Lap over Daytona.
But to me,
Her won something too. Can't
yeah,
remember what
she won with Daniel Caesar for best part.
Okay.
So, but as far as rap, it's very rare that the Grammys gets it right.
So do you think that's why a lot of people didn't show up? So Kendrick didn't show up, Jay-Z didn't show up.
Ariana Grande had a beef about showing up because they wanted her to perform a song a certain way, and she didn't appreciate that. So she just said, "No, I'm backing out completely. Then, not going."
Childish Gambino didn't show up. Ludwig took his award for him on stage. That's his homeboy. He's a producer, longtime producer, Ludwig Göransson. So what do you think about that? Really, hip hop not showing up to the Grammys?
You know what? I don't mind.
Jay-Z, when the only time he's actually won rap album of the year, he wasn't there to accept it because he was boycotting because DMX didn't get nominated.
Yeah, it's just so subjective to me. These award ceremonies. Like when you think about it, all these albums artists they do great things. They put great work out. And it's really hard to categorize who has the best song or best album. It's basically popularity.
Yes.
So for me, I'm like, if you don't decide to come, hey, that's good for you. Like, you don't have to really give into this whole sort of this beauty pageant.
That's what it
like
is.
you.
I mean, a lot of the Grammys are basically just for advertisement so other companies can make money off of it. I don't really think I don't think the Grammys really benefit any artist in any way, to be honest. It's just basically another way to sell something.
So
I agree.
Did you watch it?
What did y'all
end,
think of
Anthony?
the Motown
speech?
tribute?
What speech?
The speech of the guy at the end that's leaving. I guess he's been like the president or like the head guy all these years, and he was pushing towards this idea of like inclusion and, like making sure that the Grammys is representative as they move forward and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, just listening to y'all conversation around like what the Grammy seems to be versus what it is.
I don't know if that's the same guy that said that on one year that the female artist should step up, and then there was somebody that did win that night and said, "Oh well, I guess we stepped up." I don't know if that's that same guy, but no, I didn't see the speech.
Okay.
Did you like the speech?
I'm just curious at our I mean, like, because we're speaking right now on the Grammy saying that it's subjective, it's off popularity, they never really get it right. But in their minds, they're speaking and passing the torch. It's like the Grammys has come a long way.
Yeah.
But remember, I don't know if you guys remember when Beyonce submitted Daddy Lessons to be part of the country category,
I love that song.
and it was rejected.
Definitely should be a country
It's
song.
it's definitely a country
Bama
song. Like, it's a country song. Daddy Lessons is a country song.
I look at it as more like blues, but that's just
It's
me.
a mix crossover. Come on now.
Right.
I'm not
But
hating
she
on it. I'm just
submitted
saying.
it, and then they rejected it. Like, no.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I did see the Motown tribute.
The J-Lo Motown tribute. Okay. So how'd that go?
J-Lo, why did they choose her of all people? I mean, I like J-Lo. J-Lo, she's talented. But you had Fantasia there. You had her there. You had all these great, artists, black artists they could have used.
Fantasia was in the Aretha Franklin tribute part.
And that was,
they
and
did
the
good.
Aretha Franklin tribute was beautiful. It was simple. It was just
yeah.
3 singers up there singing.
Yeah, seriously. But Motown tribute, you think they'd give a little bit more just due diligence or thought to who they're going to, pick to sing.
But my thing is, the thing that set Motown apart from the rest of the record labels, black-owned record labels or record labels with black artists back then, was the class, like the black class, the artist development. That's what set them apart. Not like I feel like Jennifer Lopez is a very talented dancer, but they didn't get on like shaking their ass, like
Right.
gyrating and all of that. So
it was all about talent.
Well, that's her thing, though.
I didn't see it, but I definitely don't think Jennifer Lopez when I think Motown.
I don't either.
And
I
this
didn't
is
see
somebody
hers.
who lip syncs they're other people's vocals on their own song.
Right.
And back, then not just Motown, but you had to be talented to get on.
For real.
I like
Like
J-Lo.
that.
I think J-Lo has talent, and as far as the
I think
sexy
she's a
thing,
talented dancer.
as far as the sexy thing, I
She
mean
did good with
that's her
Selena.
thing, man. I mean, like that's who she is. Like she started out as the fly girl in Living Color. I mean, she's the sexy woman. That's her niche.
I think she's a talented
But
dancer.
she's not a singer, though.
But she's not a singer.
Like
at
like
all.
Shayna said, when you think of Motown, you think of singers, like
Right.
singers. Like who want like just who are talented. Like Jennifer Lopez is okay. Like she does what she does.
I
But
think
she's not my first choice.
I think her vocals are best when it's stuck with like the Hispanic background. When she does more songs, like even De Niro with Cardi B, that's actually to me that's a good song because she does stick with her roots on that one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she
I'm just-
needs to. It's just it just doesn't sound as good. Like if you're telling me that she's singing Motown hits, like
What song did she
Eh.
perform?
But she doesn't even
Eh.
sing. Like she doesn't even do the vocals on her own music.
I
No.
think they should have had Michael McDonald up there to help her out a little bit. He knows how to sing. He knows how to sing Motown hits. He's great at it.
Right.
Was it like multiple songs that she performed, or was it like one or two? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't see the
it was
Motown
multiple songs, like a mashup,
it was like a medley.
and she thanked everybody. Well, she thanked like 3 or 4 of the artists, but didn't thank Berry Gordy, and he was sitting right there.
Hey, y'all see the meme with the lady on her phone? It's like a big meme that came out.
what meme is it?
It was like a lady who was sitting next to Berry Gordy. She was on her phone during the Motown tribute with J-Lo.
I
They
did
created
not.
like a whole meme around it.
The only meme I've been
Oh.
seeing is like the Casey Musgraves meme because she reacted so like candidly, I guess, to her winning. By the way, I have no idea who Casey Musgrave is or what she sings, but
It's
Eminem
horrible
talked
from what I
about
heard.
this. You give album of the year to somebody nobody even knows about.
Yeah, her vocals are trash. That's my beef with the Grammys. Like these people are horrible. Like the whole production of the Grammys was just like it was probably the worst production I've seen in years.
we didn't even talk about Alicia Keys though.
See, I didn't watch it.
What
to
did she
see. I
do?
just heard she
What
was super. I did hear she was super dry, but when she performed,
She was
She
playing
did
on
good
2
job.
pianos, wasn't she?
Oh, I love
did
that
play on
part.
two
She did
pianos.
great on
Yeah.
that.
That's creative, ain't it? I give her just due for that. Where's the bell?
No, but
Keep
overall,
it-
though,
keep
it
it
was
away
like,
from
it was
him,
lacking
man.
something. It wasn't like cohesive. There was no cohesion in the program. It was like these guys in the background kept poking their heads out.
Oh,
Like,
you
during
really
the-
were
during-
watching.
Well, I mean,
Eric
bro,
was watching.
what did you expect, man? Why'd you waste your time watching it, bro?
I did like Drake. I did
Because,
like
you
Drake's
know,
speech.
I'm curious. My
they
curiosity.
cut
I
off?
was like, all right, let me go ahead and see how it is.
Oh yeah, they cut off
I
Drake's
was
speech.
disappointed.
They cut off Drake's speech, but I did like it too, from
I
what I
liked his.
heard.
I liked Drake's speech.
I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was keeping it real. He said you don't need one of these. As long as somebody's singing your song, you won.
Yeah,
It's a good way to look at it.
and that that's a testament for sure.
All right. Anything else, hip hop?
That's it.
Oh, I want to say, the guy we had on here not too long ago, DJ Young, he's signed to a label, and he has an independent hip hop label called Bentley Records, marketing publishing deal. Y'all remember DJ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's signed now, and he's trucking and rolling, and I wish him good luck.
That's good for him.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we're moving on to 2 cents.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a mini series over the weekend called Lorena, about Lorena Bobbitt.
Where does that
what
come
what
on?
is it on? I want to see it.
So it's on Amazon Prime. So if you know the case about Lorena Bobbitt, it's a 1993 case where
She cut off a guy's dick.
Wait,
Yeah.
Didn't she drive? Didn't she throw it out the window somewhere?
Sure did. Right into the woods.
I mean, that's pretty much cut and dry what she did. She cut off the guy's dick. She threw it out in the grass and ran away. So the case revolves. So they look at it from like in the 90s, it was kind of used as a punchline, like, you know, women would tell their men, like, oh, I'll Lorena Bobbitt you. Like, it was used as a joke on SNL, on, like, late night shows and stuff like that. But it looks at it from a different perspective, whereas, okay, why did this happen? And there's, like, multiple evidence that John Bobbitt had abused and raped Lorena before she even went and did this. Whereas in the media, she was just looked at as like a
crazy person,
a hot flaming Latina,
Yeah.
like a crazy Latina or stuff like that. So the film does a great job of reflecting how it was looked at now, reflecting how it was looked at then, and then how it's looked at now. It frames it in a piece of sensationalism and disregard of abuse and assault towards women. Because the 90s were a strange time. The 90s was a strange time. I think this came before the O.J. Simpson case. So it's 4 parts. It could be a little shorter. I think you could wrap it up in 3 episodes at most, but I really loved the 4th episode where it provides a satisfying epilogue to everything that happened.
Did they go over how he became a porn star after he
Yeah,
got
they
his dick
went-
attached?
they went over
That's all I
everything.
want to know.
Another part of the reason why I did not take the situation seriously, because after he got it put back on, he started doing porn.
Yeah.
They go into the aftermath with both of them, John Bobbitt and Lorena Bobbitt. John Bobbitt has a crazy descent and decline after the whole incident. That's just,
Well, someone cut his dick off. Of course he would.
you got to see it to believe it. But I'd say that it's pretty good. It's directed by Joshua Rofe. It's produced by Jordan Peele. I think it could have been 3 episodes at most. I'm gonna start doing this. Out of 5 stars, I give it a strong 3.5.
Okay.
A 3.5. If you find it on DVD or if you have Amazon Prime, I'd say check it out.
Did you watch the Ted Bundy tapes?
I didn't see that yet. I didn't really want to watch
I didn't
that.
wanna
Is it
watch
worth
that.
it?
It's really slow. Like the first 3 to 4 episodes kind of take a minute to get through, but the last 3 episodes, you know me, I love any type of true crime case,
Yeah.
but this one scared the fucking shit out of me. Like I could not sleep at night
So
after
you're telling
that.
me I got to sit through 4 slow episodes to get the 3 good ones?
Yeah.
Or can I just skip? Because I've known about Ted Bundy
Yeah.
since I was like 10.
I mean, everyone knows the storyline. It's a really good-looking guy who was a serial killer, and he was, glorified in the media, really, for how he came off and everything he did. And
Do you think Zac Efron's going to crush it?
I think, yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's really handsome. Those blue eyes, I just...
But do you think he can be dark? Is what I'm
Yeah,
asking you.
that's the best part about it is you bring some. That's the whole point why they got Zac Efron, is because he's so well known and he's like so beautiful, and everyone like kind of just gives into him, and that's how Ted Bundy was. So they want, because apparently the movie is supposed to be through his girlfriend or his wife's eyes, essentially. And, you want to see it from her point of view. Like, oh, this guy's, like, just so charming and glamorous. And you wouldn't expect
I
that.
never thought he looked good. Now, Zac Efron is fine. But
Yeah.
I never thought Ted Bundy looked.
Well, I feel like
See-
seeing past tapes of him, like, knowing what you know now, like, you're kind of like,
Part of the reason I'm a little skeptical to watch something like The Staircase is because I've heard it's slow. Just like this Ted Bundy show. So I'm a little skeptical to watch it. I know everybody says watch The Staircase because it's the one that started it all. But I don't
couldn't
know.
get through the staircase.
Yeah, I put the staircase on to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, I'm tired, but I can't sleep. I put on the staircase.
Eric, what have you seen?
Has anyone seen? So I recently watched a show on Netflix called High Flying Bird. Anyone seen it?
I've heard
plan
that.
to watch it.
That's the new Steven
It's pretty
Soderbergh
good.
film shot on the iPhone.
Yeah. So High Flying Bird has Zazie Beetz,
From Atlanta.
Andre Holland,
Yeah.
Melvin. So Melvin Gregg, he's one of one of the social media guys. Like, he does a lot of social media Instagram videos. He was one of the main characters on there. So it's basically talking about a sports agent who's played by Andre Holland, and he's sort of trying to. The NBA is in a lockout right now. So one of his clients, he's the number 1 draft pick, just drafted in the NBA. He's trying to help him navigate sort of life and his experience during the NBA lockout. And basically it's sort of a sentiment to sort of how race plays into the whole structure of the NBA, how the NBA wants to control the players. And so
Okay.
he was able, the sports agent was able to create an event like where people were sort of like, we don't need the NBA anymore. Like, we're going to have it just a players only type event. to give the players control of their money, give the control of their, the image. And it's a great story about sort of the intersection between, power, race, sort of how the NBA is looking to control these guys. It's really good, really well done. I highly recommend seeing it.
What?
I'd probably give it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what do you give it out of 5?
Out of 5, I'm giving it a solid 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
And the way that they recorded it too was interesting. It was interesting. So it was like very up close, tight shot, interesting angles.
Yeah, it's shot on the iPhone.
They didn't really use. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's shot on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I couldn't tell it was shot on an iPhone. I guess it. I guess it looked like I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really tell though.
It's a good
the
thing.
director is
Steven
isn't
Soderbergh.
it Peter Sorensen?
I thought it was Steven Soderbergh, wasn't it? I
Yeah,
guess,
Steven. Yep, you're right.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
he made Traffic and Unsane, and he's a well-known director. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really liked it. Highly recommend. So I give about 4.5 stars.
Okay, cool.
I also saw Russian Doll on Netflix. I think I might have talked about that last week.
Is that with, oh God, what's her name?
Natasha.
Yes. She was in American
Yeah,
Pie and Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
Black.
also off Orange is the New Black.
Natasha Leon.
The redhead.
Have
Yeah,
anybody
she does a
watched-
great job.
Have anybody watched Black Earth Rising? I kind of
No, I
binge watched
haven't
this
watched
like a
it.
couple weeks ago. It's like really good in light of Black History Month. But I mean, talking about United States always being in other people's business, that's the type of movie you, or show you'll want to watch. It's only like 8 episodes though. It's like it's a really short lived kind of like.
I've been meaning to watch. I like
season.
the lead actress. I can't pronounce her name because I like Chewing Gum. She's the main character on Chewing Gum.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, so
Oh
what,
yeah.
what do you give Russian Doll, Eric?
I'm gonna give Russian Doll a 5.
Oh wow,
It's good.
I heard good things.
It's really good. Like it's
Okay.
a twist in the middle that just sort of puts everything in perspective, and some parts of it you got to sort of pay a lot of attention to.
Yeah, I heard it's the
but the
Dark
acting is
Groundhog
amazing.
Day.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I would say that the acting is amazing, man. They all do a great job. Way to the shot, man. I think that it reminds me of that one Black Mirror episode, the
Bandersnatch?
whatever.
Oh
But
my
it's
God.
done in a good way.
I watched that for like an hour and a half and still didn't get to like the true ending. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't keep doing
I
this.
don't like it like
Yeah.
that.
It was too much. Like,
Well, I got to.
Black Mirror does a great job with like
Mm.
an hour long and it's one twist and you're surprised at the end. But like this one had so many different twists that you could go through that I got sick of it after an hour and a half. And I was like, I have life to live. I can't keep doing this.
Right.
That's an example of somebody being too creative to the point where
Yeah.
the consumer is like, man, just tell me what happened.
I can't
yeah,
put
real.
any more brain power into this. Like, this is it.
I do like to experiment though. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch it one of these days.
I just finished up the assassination of Gianni Versace.
Oh, I
They
started
said
that.
Darren Criss is
Darren Criss
amazing.
killed that shit.
He's
but
amazing.
I like the thing is like I don't know about the the only thing we know of the guy is that he's a mass murderer.
Yeah, Andrew Canahan or something.
Yes, yeah, but I thought the show did a really good job of highlighting like the homophobia in law enforcement, especially back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Darren Criss did a really good job. He did a really good job.
How much out of 5?
I say about I give it about a 4.5. It could have went shorter.
Better than the first season with OJ.
Man, the first season had Courtney B. Vance in it, so no. It's not
Okay.
Not
bad.
only that, it had
For
freaking
real,
David Schwimmer, and I'm sorry, after Ross on Friends, like, he is the ultimate terrible, toxic
I like
man.
David Schwimmer though.
I do too.
I
but
think
Even with
Courtney
Matthew
B.
Perry, I
Vance-
like
You know,
Matthew Perry.
I watched all 10 seasons of Friends, and Ross's character had
God
put me
bless you.
so off to David Schwimmer that I'm just like, I can't. Just
Courtney
can't
B.
see his
Vance.
face anywhere else.
If I had to judge
Oh.
between who did a better job in their like as far as like Courtney B. Vance killed that shit. Like
Yeah, he was a great
Johnny
Cochran.
Cochran.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The way I look at it, I can't look at Rainn Wilson outside of Dwight from The Office. But I know Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, that's
but I
another
know
one.
Rainn Wilson is good though. You watch The Office?
I have.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I guess that's it for me.
One more. So
Okay.
I got to see What Men Want with Taraji.
Oh, how was
I
that?
think I got to talk about that last time. It was good. I liked it. You know, I like Taraji. Taraji is a solid actress. It
I
was
heard
real.
Erykah Badu was kind of funny in that.
Yeah. It just reminds me so much because it makes me want to go back and see what women want.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, but just done in a better way. Just you know, more reflective of our culture and stuff like that. So I
I've
like
been
it. I would
really
recommend.
interested in seeing
I give
that
about
one.
like a 3.5
Okay.
out of 5.
I want to go see Alita Battle Angel because I heard that's dope.
My boyfriend told me that he wants
It's
to
a
go see
Battle
that, and I was
Angel.
like,
Listen,
It's
man.
oxymoron.
That's Robert Rodriguez directing the James Cameron script, man. I'm going to see it. You can't go wrong with that.
I haven't seen Lego Movie 2. My daughter went to see it with her dad, but I've heard the soundtrack over and over and over again.
well, that's how it went with the first one, though, too. Like, everything is awesome. I worked at a daycare at the time that song came out, and I thought
Bless
it
your
couldn't
heart.
get any worse than Let It Go. It did. It got
They have a
so
song
much
called,
worse.
They have a song on there called "Catchy Song," and it's featuring T-Pain, and my daughter sings it all.
Oh
the
yeah, and I think the
time.
Shout
Lonely
out to
Island
T-Pain.
came out with a song for it too. With God, who else? Who else was in it? The song's called like Super Cool Awesome Song or whatever. Some typical name. And I love the Lego Movie franchise. Like the Lego Batman
I like
movie
Lego
might
Batman.
be my favorite superhero movie.
Most people didn't expect that one to be as good as
It's
it was.
Yeah, I
so
did.
funny.
Shout out to my daughter for lying to me about not seeing it. She saw it twice.
Oh, I gotta give a quick shout out because I want to get to the Black History local fact. BoJack Horseman, I'd recommend that.
Really?
That is a
I
great.
can't. I've watched so many episodes of it, and every time I'm just like not committed. I don't care about it.
I honestly feel it's a great adult animated comedy because it's about a washed up literal horse that used to be on a date. That used to be on like a sitcom. But I feel like as the episodes go on, they get deeper into the character that you wouldn't see on Family Guy or American Dad. Like they get deep into his character. I would recommend it. All right, so we got BHM facts. What we got, Kenya?
BHM fact of the day. So, did you know that Detroit has a history in being an important place along the Underground Railroad? Yes, Detroit. Locals assisted along this passage as well. The location of Detroit is also unique because it sits on an international river border. As most of us know, we sit across from what? Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Canada abolished slavery in 1834, a little over 30 years prior to the U.S. abolishing slavery, making Detroit a destination for people seeking freedom. Michigan was considered a free territory, however, refugees, the formerly enslaved, rather traveled to Canada to avoid the possibility of slave catchers. Some people also settled in Detroit. Some local blacks that are involved in the Underground Railroad include Samuel C. Watson, who later opened a drugstore, William Whipper, and William Lambert. That's your Detroit history fact of the day.
Great.
Awesome.
I didn't even know Canada had. Listen, I might sound stupid for this, but I didn't even know Canada had slavery.
They have a lot of fucked up shit.
more messed up than us.
It's more underlying. No, it's not
like
as.
as far as like they done their indigenous people in a similar way to us.
Okay.
Like push them out. Rape, murder, all of that. They have done that as well.
It's just been more institutional there. It hasn't been like as in your face like Jim Crow. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned something today. Thank you, Kenya.
Oh, you're
For real.
welcome.
Hey, I have an idea that we could talk about real quick.
No.
What are some classic, since this is Black History Month, what are some classic black movies to recommend
this is
seeing
my
this
thing
month?
right
Coming
here,
to
man.
America.
This is my thing
Wait,
right here, man.
I think
Classic
they're
black
making a
movies
sequel
that-
to that one.
I don't want to see
I
it.
swear I read it, but Facebook lies a lot too.
No,
so
they
who
are.
knows?
It has been confirmed that they are
Oh.
making a sequel. You said classic black movies. That what?
Classic, yep, to see during Black History Month. Let's get a list.
Can I say Undercover Brother or not?
That's a good movie. That's a
I do
very-
love that
It's a very,
movie.
very good comedy. I want to touch back on Shayna with the Coming to America thing, but I have to say, so you said classic black movies?
To watch during Black History Month.
Okay.
I just watched a documentary
And
on
it doesn't
Nina
have to be
Simone.
serious.
I don't want to
Yeah.
see. I don't want to say the generic ones though. Like I want to just really go in deep. Undercover Brother was a good one. Y'all like that movie?
I love.
I
Undercover
do
Brother.
love
Yeah,
that
oh, yeah.
movie.
That's Eddie Griffin's best movie though.
So funny, especially with the like KFC reference, because that's who they talk.
Yeah.
That's all.
Just
I might-
everything.
I might
Like,
pick-
oh,
Go ahead,
For me,
man.
I got to go with Crooklyn. Crooklyn.
Crooklyn, yes.
I just watched Crooklyn like 3 weeks ago. No,
That's my second
love-
favorite Spike movie.
yeah.
Like Alfre Woodard, like she's the best.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes.
Harlem
It's the
Nights.
coming of age story.
Yeah, Harlem Nights.
Harlem
Pretty
Nights is
good.
cool. Harlem Nights is cool. Very good. Like 3 generations of comedy. Red Fox, Eddie,
Very.
and Richard.
And I love when you shoot her in the pinky toe.
They used to play that on the radio a lot of mornings. I was on my way to school.
I gotta say,
Oh, what a-
Boomerang is very legendary, especially with the way they're bringing it back now on BET with the series. Like that was just like
Yeah.
a comedy where the woman in the film wasn't just a femme fatale, but also in power of the womanizer.
Mhm.
That film set a good trend.
Shoot,
Black Panther.
I can go.
Right, we gotta bring it.
Yeah, Black Panther's good. All right, got
It's
nominated.
gonna become a
Black
classic,
Panther's
though.
gonna
be- It
Right,
is.
yeah.
It's so
Of our old
good.
age, it'll be a classic.
Shoot, this is tough. What about? Oh, we got to do the Color Purple. Like that's
But that's a
Obvious.
generic thing to say, though.
The Color Purple.
If you do that, you gotta do Beloved.
that's true.
No, we don't have to do
All right.
Beloved.
Actually,
Absolutely not.
Beloved isn't generic. You could say that. You could say Beloved. You
No.
could say Beloved. Like the generic choices are, of course, Boys in the Hood, Friday. A non-generic choice is Higher Learning, which doesn't get as
Yeah,
much
yeah.
just do as it deserves.
Mhm. I agree.
So non-generic. What about Fruitvale Station?
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie is traumatizing. The only time I watched it was when I went to the movies to see it, and that was it. It's
Yeah,
good
it
if
was
you
tough.
haven't seen it, but I will never watch that movie again.
What about Serafina? Have any of y'all seen Serafina with
What's
Whoopi
Whoopi-
Gold?
Whoopi Goldberg and
Oh,
Ted
yeah.
Danson.
Is that who? I don't know the other name.
I don't know if Ted Danson was in it too.
It's about
but I
South
know-
Africa apartheid and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yes, Cry Freedom with the gap tooth, Denzel.
The gap tooth. I didn't know he had a gap.
Yeah,
man.
the gap tooth Denzel is in Cry Freedom.
A Soldier Story. That's
Okay.
a good one.
What about Hotel Rwanda?
That's
No,
a good one.
I don't.
It's sad, but it's good. Hotel Wanda wins. I give you that. Life.
Life,
Oh, I
yeah.
just was watching that 2
Right.
days ago. I'm on it.
Oh, yo, Glory, the Denzel with the single tear.
With the-
There's a lot of Denzel movies that can go
But-
down. And
But is that like
Yeah.
a black movie though? Glory.
It's about the fighting in the
Great Debaters.
Great debate.
Debaters, yeah, okay, yeah.
Is that the kind of black movie you're looking for?
No, but I mean like that's like a big ensemble of black and white actors in Glory. That's why I was asking. Lean on
Yeah,
me,
that's true.
Lean on
Coach Carter.
Cause you smoke crack,
Oh,
don't you?
Coach Carter.
I love Lean On Me though. That's my
Well,
movie.
wait, wouldn't A Walk to Remember be not A Walk to Remember? Oh my God.
That's the
You
Mandy
know what
Moore
I'm
one.
trying to
That's
say.
the Mandy Moore one. You don't want to use that one.
No, I know.
That was
God
only one
damn
black
it.
guy in Walk to Remember, bro.
Oh, it's a football one. Denzel's in it.
Remember the Titans.
Yes.
Remember the Titans.
I don't remember. See, remember?
Yeah, okay. Oh, we got 10 minutes left.
You wasn't supposed to say that.
Well, I mean, it's good for the listeners to know, like, okay, when they gonna end this rambling?
They already stopped listening. It's fine.
School
Moonlight.
days.
School days.
All right, what'd you say, Eric?
School Days.
I said Moonlight was a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, Moonlight's a good one. Moonlight's a good one. Bill Street Could Talk is a good one. We gotta get that one some time before it reaches that kind of like classic status, but that's a good one.
What about Precious?
No.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
Absolutely.
I'm just yelling out movies now because one, I don't see
Absolutely
movies a whole
Listen,
lot.
Not.
For the Monique,
No.
No.
for the Monique performance, sure, but for the movie itself, nah, man. Like we,
No. That was traumatizing.
Why not? Hold on, let's hear why not Precious.
well, for
I'm
the
curious.
I said for the Monique performance, yes, but
That
for the
movie
movie,
was
No.
traumatizing. I didn't use Vaseline for a year.
for the for the movie itself, the
She
story
was
is
running down the
a
street with
sad
a bucket
story.
of chicken. That was not in the book, and I read the book.
yeah. I mean, the story itself is very depressing. Like if you're gonna watch a movie during Black History Month, you need to have some kind of hope in it. Precious had no
Yeah.
hope.
No, it
And
really
listen,
did.
that's on
Shouldn't have said
Lee
no.
Daniels'
My
fault.
bad. Sorry.
That's Lee Daniels' artistic decision, but that
well,
movie
there's
had
no
no
hope
hope.
in the book either.
Well, there you go then.
The Butler.
No.
No, it's not the
Nah.
Butler. Either.
No.
There was hope in that movie.
Man, the mother was okay.
I mean,
man.
Okay,
That-
Selma.
Selma.
So I can't
I don't
say the
even
help
know.
either then.
No.
Oh yeah. So,
Help is okay. Help is passable.
Have you seen?
Django.
No. If we're gonna talk about Octavia Spencer for a second, though,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I brought her up,
The new
Ma-
trailer
the
for
new
Ma.
trailer for Ma. I
I
don't
don't
know how I
know.
feel about seeing that
I
because
don't
I feel
know,
like she
man.
could do better than what I'm catching from the trailer.
Hey, I called it, didn't it? We was here one time and I said, man, I want to see Octavia Spencer
sure did.
in a psychopath role. Now I got what I
You're
wanted,
seeing
and
it.
I'm
You
a
don't
little.
know if you want it.
I
See,
don't know if
be
I
careful
want it.
What you
So
wish
you
for.
spoke that into existence.
Yeah, I mean, I know she's gonna do
She
great.
gets
It's just
to
that
the
the
podcast.
script is off. Like the story looks a little off. but
I still want to go see it though.
I
I'm
see it.
dying to see Us.
Us is
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
great.
I am like
Are we
on
gonna
my
do
toes.
a-
I
Yo,
cannot wait
Get
to
Out.
get into
We should
the
watch Get
theaters
Out
and
during
see
Black
that.
History
Get
Month.
Out is
Get
a
Out.
good one.
Mhm.
It's very, very symbolic.
It is.
Get out.
for sure.
All right, so we got let's say 3 more choices. What else we got here?
Django. I think that's good for the, you know, just
really?
the,
For
the
Quentin
mindset.
Tarantino.
We gotta be able to open like.
Django.
The
See
Rick
what
Ross,
they-
the Rick Ross scene. I'll say that can be watched during Black History Month. But Django as a whole, I don't know, man.
No, what's wrong with Django?
I
always hear
think
different
Quentin
things.
kind of dropped the ball on that one. I feel like you're bringing blaxploitation to a slavery film, and it came off as kind of like, you know, cheesy a little bit.
And if you're gonna do that, then the black character has to be the main character. Jamie Foxx wasn't the main character.
Who was the main character?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well,
The-
that was
the
in the
other
second.
guy.
That was in the second half, though. Christoph Waltz, he
Yes.
kind of took over Django a
Yeah,
bit.
so he wasn't like in a blaxploitation film. The main character is a black person, but that wasn't. And then he used. Tarantino loves the word nigger. Like
Yeah, he does, man.
he loves that word.
He need to chill.
Uh,
But the final scene in Blue Hill Avenue, and just
Okay.
the final scene only.
We can do pieces. We can do pieces of movies.
Pieces of
That's the
movie.
way it goes. The Wood is good.
I love the wood.
Wood.
It's a
oh,
good
the
one.
wood is yeah. The 5 heartbeats.
Oh, they
Okay.
have a documentary about how it was made. I want to see that.
I gotta see that.
The making of the 5 Heartbeats. I would like to see.
Yeah, Robert
that.
Townsend. Robert Townsend did his thing on that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
The
of
Temptations, the TV film, the made-for-TV film.
Yeah.
The
Leon.
Jackson.
Not the
Leon.
one with Beyonce.
She didn't
No,
make
that's
it.
Fighting Temptations.
That's Fighting Temptations.
No,
We could watch
no.
that too.
Oh,
we
God,
could watch
no.
that too.
Dreamgirls. I thought that was
Oh.
based off. I'm not educated. Never mind. Don't let
It's
me talk
okay,
anymore.
Nicole. It's okay. You got some.
I'm
I
just
don't
like
know.
learning
No,
here
what's
now.
better, the 5 Heartbeats or the Temptations?
Temptations to me. I grew up with the Temptations. Most people grew up with the 5 Heartbeats. So
Well, the
that's-
5 Heartbeats isn't a real group.
Well, no, I'm talking about the movies. Like I grew up with the Temptations movie more than I did the 5 Heartbeats
Okay.
movie.
If you want to put some anger in you for the month, you might want to watch Rosewood. That's a movie that'll get you off your
Oh yeah.
off
Okay.
your butt.
What you got, Cole?
Rosewood.
I'm
I mean,
thinking
Nick.
of the California Raisin Heads right now, and they would always sing the songs from the Temptations.
Anthony is too young to remember that.
No,
Yeah, I'm a little too
do you
young.
remember it?
I remember the California Raisins.
That's all I can think about is them like just dancing and singing like all them songs.
Hey, I gotta give this film a shout out, man. I'm gonna get you, sucker. That used to crack me up growing up with Keenan Ivory Wayans
You
and
know
all
what
that.
a better
Oh yeah.
parody of blaxploitation is? Black Dynamite. That is
I
a
haven't
My
Better
better
see that.
boyfriend made me watch that the
That
other
is
day.
a better parody of blaxploitation than I'm gonna get. You
He
Sucker.
said some ridiculous things in that movie, though. I was like,
Like,
"What
you
are
can-
you making me watch
You
right
can
now?"
see you can see mics in the, and you can see like people reading
Yeah.
what you're not supposed to. Be like stairs,
Yes,
unknowingly. Like they would like say that in the script.
I was
like,
thinking about that the whole time we were talking about these movies, and I'm like, "Man, what
but
is the
yeah,
one
like,
I just
I'm gonna
saw?"
get you sucker. Like it's a good parody, but Black Dynamite is a better parody of blaxploitation films.
Okay,
And
so
it has Michael Jai White in it with his shirt off.
quick question. Things not to watch during Black History Month that people just wouldn't know. I'd say first choice is Pootie Tang. The unintelligible Pootie
That's
Tang.
what came to my mind after we got to talk about.
What would you say about Down to Earth?
I mean, that's a comedy. That's not really a
That's a
black
good
film. That's a
movie.
comedy.
That's a good movie. Though.
It's a good comedy, yeah.
Soul
Bullburst.
Plane.
Soul Plane. So
So plain.
what's wrong with this bell, man?
I
Soul
like
Plane.
I like Soul Plane. Never mind. I like Soul Plane.
It's a good
was
campy movie. But yeah.
Baps.
With Halle Berry.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey, do y'all remember Soul Man? It was like a 1980s
Oh yeah,
movie
we're not
where one
gonna
guy-
watch that either.
Yeah, he tried to
See.
get into law school, so he dressed up, put on blackface.
Yeah, that they made fun of that on a VH1 film called Totally Awesome. But
Yeah.
I'd say this was an episode that had flow, man. We're good to have you back here, Nicole, for this episode. Eric, thank you for calling in. Anybody got any last words?
6 more days left for my baby fundraiser. Gonna put the link on
Ooh.
underneath the Facebook. Shout out to everybody that has donated.
Shout out.
Her page is not accurate because I've been receiving cash donations. So she is at over $1,000 raised. So far.
Nice.
That's good.
So I just want to thank everybody for that. Yep, 6 more days. Let's get it.
Kenya, what you got?
8 more days till I'm off this fast. Let's get it.
Nicole,
Stay
what
strong.
you got?
I'm just gonna go adult now.
All right, she's gonna.
That's whack.
Yeah.
Being an adult.
Hey, look,
Damn.
That's all I have.
like,
That's a
share, and
scam.
subscribe. Give feedback and give reviews. Thank you. This has been another episode of Can We Talk.